Our other top story tonight, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is now defending the special prosecutor overseeing former President Donald Trump and his allies' election interference case amid allegations that the two are having an improper relationship.
God, you never told me that on Christmas night 2023 that I would get an emergency call from Capers Green, my chief of investigations. The police are surrounding your house. A man has called 911 and he said he shot a woman in the head. I am headed there. You never told me the pure, unimaginable fear as I believe my oldest child was dead in my home.
And this is just the first time that Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis has spoken publicly since the bombshell allegations of an improper relationship with special counsel surfaced. Willis spoke to a church congregation that was heard there from the pulpit this morning defending her office. Atlanta News First reporter Bridget Spencer reports.
It was a music-filled celebration for Martin Luther King Jr. at Atlanta's oldest black church, Big Bethel AME. And the speaker of the hour, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis.
I hope for y'all this week I don't look like what I've been through.
Willis speaking publicly since bombshell allegations of an improper relationship with her special counsel on the Trump election interference case, Nathan Wade. Willis taking the opportunity to defend her office, however, never confirming nor denying the allegations.
I hired one white woman, a good personal friend and great lawyer, a superstar, I tell you. I hired one white man, brilliant, my friend, and a great lawyer. And I hired one black man, another superstar, a great friend, and a great lawyer. Oh Lord, they gonna be mad when I call them out on this nonsense.
Willis also spoke about the countless death threats she says she receives and also shared some words about U.S. Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Dear God, I do not want to be like those that attack me. I never want to be a Marjorie Taylor Greene who has never met me, but has allowed her spirit to be filled with hate.
Faith leaders at the service say Big Bethel is a safe haven for leaders like Willis.
She's constantly under threat. Reputation constantly attacked. Under constant criticism. But she keeps on doing her job.
In Atlanta, Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
Now, the judge overseeing Georgia's election subversion case against former President Donald Trump and others has set a hearing to discuss those allegations of an improper relationship. That hearing is planned for early February.
Well, there you had her. She's filed. That was her first time, being in public and speak about it when she was at the church and everything. But looking at these allegations, if you guys look at it, it's look a little serious and everything. And at the time, she was trying to, file charges against Donald Trump at the time, and just really looking at that the situation at the time. You look at it now. For me, like I say, it looks fishy. I ain't gonna lie, it does look fishy. But hey, man, we're gonna speak. We're gonna talk about it. So I'm gonna pass it with you guys. So Rodney, man, what's your take on Miss Fani Willis with these allegations of having an affair with their personal attorney, so they can charge Donald Trump in this situation?
Yeah, but I don't especially when she was over there, especially when they were having they service over there at the Bethel Church in Atlanta, one of Martin Luther King pretty much churches. She was pretty much saying the pastor was pretty much stating how she's under attack and they trying to dismantle her character. They trying to pretty much put type of scrutiny on her, but at the same time, she the one that had an improper relationship with somebody. That was on her. That ain't had nothing to do with that ain't had nothing to do with the social media. If you was in a relationship with somebody, you was in a relationship with somebody. And we notice she have not speak about the situation because she was in that part of that situation. But I always used to tell with me and Hakeem, we normally used to have our conversations. I always use, and of course you too as well, Joe. I always say that. I always say these women be having dudes on the side. That they always have dudes on the side, man. And I think people start. I think now people are more well trying to be more aware of that. It doesn't matter they politician. It doesn't matter they lawyers. Doesn't matter they doctor. It doesn't matter what form it is, what form of job or position they may have. They always have a dude on the side, and that dude on the side is always the main one with the hush hush. And then when it comes out, the person always make it seem like, oh, I ain't had nothing to do with it. But this will hurt her career. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna hurt her career because the simple fact is when you try to pretty much you know convince somebody like a Donald Trump and he got that type of dirt on you, I don't see her coming back from this. I'm just being honest. I don't see her coming back from this. I think she should just tell everybody their last goodbye and be gone because Donald Trump, trust me, that's one thing he's going to use, especially on his campaign this coming year. So just be on the lookout for that. But like always, Hakeem, the floor is yours.
Thank you, my brother. Um, I'm gonna try to look at this from a different perspective because they have made accusations about her before about things like this. They said she was messing with Nut. You heard that accusation, the guy who got killed. Which I was like, I'm trying not to go there. But then when they say that, hey, you messing with the guy that you work with and he a married man, here's the thing. If they got receipts and you on airplane visits going to Hawaii, what are we going to say? That's not a business trip. And you did mention something pivotal. You try to go after Donald Trump. You know them beloved white people love him. You're going to have to receive some type of blowback. And if you're going to go to war, you got to make sure everything is 100% clean. If you're not doing that, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? There's no amount of praying that's going to keep you from this. You can't call on Jesus now if you're doing wrong. Jesus would have been there for you if your situation was 100% clean. There's really nothing to do. Now, it's just crazy, but then I'm also want to take the other approach and say, hey, this is a black woman. They tend to lie on black women. You feel me? They tend to make accusations. The biggest accusations black women have always been thrown around is, she's a whore.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna say this. Doesn't matter where you work at, man. If you work in a corporate, you work in a grocery store, basically if you work anywhere. Um, if you trying to, if you in a relationship with somebody that you work with, anything, majority of the time you try to keep it quiet, but people have eyes and ears. People know if you're intimate, if you might be intimate with somebody, they can tell by how close you are, whatever, with the eye, with the eye thing, this look and basic look and everything. And like I said, when the allegations come out, it's kind of looking that way. And also, Donald Trump also talked about this back in, I think it was in August. And when I saw that, when we first heard that, I was like, I think, Donald Trump, he's trolling and everything. But now this is looming a little bit more because, all these allegations and everything. Maybe Donald Trump wasn't wrong about what he said about, with Fani Willis, with her sex life and everything. So yeah, but with this situation, man, like I said, I agree with Ronnie on this. This is definitely can ruin her career, especially in the city of Atlanta and everything. If it's true, and with the possibility try to take Donald Trump down, because with this is like I think it's going to catch up to her. I really believe it's going to catch up to her and everything. Like I said, we still got to see how it comes in the next couple of weeks or a month or so and see what's up. So we really got to look at that, and like I said, it might be more evidence coming out that we don't know. It might be more, it might be a video might come out. We may not know about in the next couple of days, couple of weeks. We might to really to hit on that and everything, and also I also see some more evidence about this too. I just sent you another video, Hakeem, about Donald Trump, about him spreading rumors. Play that real quick because he talked about this last year.
They say there's a young woman, a young racist in Atlanta. She's a racist. And they say, I guess, they say that she was after a certain gang and she ended up having an affair with the head of the gang or a gang member. And this is a person that wants to indict me. She's got a lot of problems, but she wants to indict me to try and run for some other office. What's going on in this country is, and by the way, wants to indict me for a perfect phone call. This was even better than my perfect call with Ukraine. Remember?
So, like I said, with the game report, I don't know about that, but it's kind of looming. And like I said, this case is really, really building on her. So, she might be going down. And then, like I said, if it gets to that, she's probably got to, what's the word? She's probably got to, I won't be surprised in the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months, if you see stuff keep rising on her. I won't be surprised if she got to resign. Because usually when stuff like this come out and it keeps getting bigger and everything, and a lot of people on the side say, "Hey, you probably gonna have to resign as a DA and everything," and if you also have to resign, it's most probably it might look like more possible that it could happen and everything. So, like I said, the case is still building on her, and for me, if it gets big, people don't be surprised if she get resigned. If she go towards resigning from her
No, it kind
position.
of what you're saying is that actually does make sense, but at the same time, people gotta understand there's a time and a place for everything, especially when you're doing dealing with a big profile case, like you going after the president. You get what I'm saying? You're not going after a guy down the street like a regular gang member. You going after a former president of the United States. You think these people ain't gonna have reports on you or information on you? Mind you, man, they could control the FBI. So they even say, okay, let's do some backstory on this lady. Let's see what she's really into. Let's look into her text messages. They can see all that. You know what I'm saying? So the way she did that thing, and don't get me wrong, she was doing a great job in the city of Atlanta. I'm not gonna say she was doing a terrible job. No, she was locking certain people up, especially that need to be locked up, because Atlanta crime rate did go down, I think about like 10 to 20%. But it's now to see that all these scandals and information coming out about her, I'm shocked about it. But also I'm not surprised either, because at the same time, remember, these people are still people. People are gonna be people. But at the same time, you gotta be able to know when I should be myself and when I'm not supposed to be myself. And shout out to the Loving and Thompson Vincent, Mr. Muhammad. Shout out to Joe Don't Hurt Him, Bobby Bryan, Sherry Bryan, of course. They're going through a difficult loss right now. Our prayers and our hearts go out to them, and also Adrian Nicole for dropping in the chat. The chat people's always here when they need to be here. No, but yeah. So, man, yeah, I see her resigning, Jordan. I'm not gonna lie. I see her resign probably in the next several months. She's gonna resign. That's how I see it's going. It's too much for her. Go ahead, Akim.
I'm gonna say this, and I gotta say this with a heavy heart for a lot of us who gets into activism, business, and get into these high level. Your resume gotta be clean, man. Your resume gotta be clean. If you're gonna go out here on a vendetta or try to prove a point, you gotta make sure that you gotta be as clean as the Virgin Mary. You know what I mean? And when I say clean as the Virgin Mary, your past can be messed up, but not doing shit current. And we as people, we do things and have shit lingering in the background. Doesn't matter who it is. Somebody's doing something crazy. If it's not my son, if it's not the other lady, or if it's not the Black Lives Matter people, where we find out she's scamming money, she buying big houses and shit. The credibility is shot now. We don't even want nothing to do with you no more. So Fani, you did make a good point. She was out there doing good work, cleaning up the streets of Atlanta. We gonna give her that, because the crime rate did stop. They locked up some guys. They know who the problem was because the crime dropped 30%. We was like, whoa. Not only them, other gang members. But baby girl, why would they come up out of nowhere and say you was in an affair with somebody? Somebody watching you. They're not just pulling this out their ass. They watching what you're doing. You doing good work for the people. You can't be hot in the ass. You might say, oh, I'm grown. I can go out here and do this, but this is bigger than you. When you're in a position like this, just be a regular lawyer. Because if you was a regular lawyer and not in this high profile case, nobody wouldn't care. Girl, it's a hot girl summer for a lawyer. But you out here trying to convict people, you can't be fucking like that. You know what I mean? And you out here giving sermons, you going to church, giving your testimony. Come on, baby girl. Like, you just say, hey, black people can't get it right. I'm not saying white folks don't get into it too. For some reason, white folks know how to keep their shit clean. But even them, they get caught. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be careful what we do. It's just the same thing of these guys here. We on this panel, and we're trying to preach and promote things. If our background not clean, or if our background, we doing something questionable in the back, y'all gonna find out about it. If I become a panty raider all over a sudden and I'm paying for pussy, niggas like, damn, Hakeem, you going out bad. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If they got pictures of me drooling at the hotel room, tied up. You know what I'm saying? On some BBS stuff, they was like, podcaster, exposed. No, we're not doing that.
That's true, Hakeem. I definitely agree with you on that. Especially when if you're a black woman or a black man, you end at the top of the position, there is a microscope on you. You had, like, I agree with Hakeem, you got to be squeaky clean, because if you mess up, if you got one smidge on it, they gonna post it out. Especially if you're like I say, you're an attorney, you're a mayor, president, whatever, in any city and state, whatever. If you do something that's not good, they will immediately put it on the news. Immediately. They will immediately, and like I said, not just the local news, it will go worldwide news, because it's not just talking about Atlanta. Like I said, we're talking about it. It's on NBC News, it's on CNN, because it's big. It's public out there. And also, once you have the type of positions, you're gonna have haters that are gonna try to take you down. Even if you're doing a good job, she also did a good job in Atlanta. You're gonna have built up haters that are gonna try to take you down. They're gonna look for anything. And now, what they call you right now, they're gonna use it, they're gonna build it up, and then the best way they could do is try to get you out of office by you stepping down off of your position. We talked about the mayor that's in Illinois, about all the funky stuff she's doing up there. You know, spending all this type of money, taking lavish trips to Vegas, New Orleans, spending money on SUVs and all that type of stuff. Like I said, when it comes to black people, you do stuff like that, it's gonna get publicized. It's gonna be all around the United States. So what I'm trying to say is, when you take these certain type of positions, or if you're a big entertainment podcaster, like Hakeem said, or anything that you make yourself a public figure, especially a black man and black woman, you gotta be very, very squeaky clean. If you're not squeaky clean, you're gonna be on TMZ, you're gonna be on CNN, you're gonna be all over child exposure and everything. And then you're gonna be on here, Chaos Culture Radio, and we're gonna be talking about it.
I wanted to give one point, and let's think about this. It took 50 years to find out that Martin Luther King wasn't really who he said. He cheating on his wife. He's out here having smorgasbords of sex. And it took us 40 years to find out that Malcolm X was a saint when people did not like him. This is why I say, if you handle your business correctly, it's going to come out. You can't avoid about it. Our heroes are still our heroes, and the people who we thought were our heroes, their reputation are damaged. When I heard that Martin Luther King tried to marry a white lunch lady and Dr. Abernathy and them tried to stop him, I was ashamed.
But should it even matter though if you're doing good in the community? Prime example, look at her. She's still doing good in the community, even though she having an affair with a married man. It shouldn't even, to me, at the end of the day, as long as you're doing good in the community, and helping the people out and getting people locked up, bringing the crime rate down 30%. To me, that's still to me that's still credible. I understand the aspect of the image portrayed. Prime example, Martin Luther King case, Martin Luther King Day. A lot of people say he cheated on his wife or whatever. He had an affair with a white woman. That's allegedly because nobody actually know what truly happened because nobody was there at the time. But I remember I say, but he was still doing good in the community.
I'm gonna tell you, and I agree with you in certain aspects of it. But the way the world people think, if you're not 100%, people start to question things. Because everybody who becomes big starts to get deified. We look at them as a god. That's just the nature of people. We looked at him as our savior. So when we found out our savior has some questionable shit going on today, not back then, we talking about today. If we would have found out she was messing with a married man while she was in college and this and that, we could have been like, man, that girl repented. She's doing something today. What's she doing today? And that's what we care about. And this is why it's important where you are right. Should it matter? But then that's ammunition we could use against you to say that, okay, she's going after Trump, but she's doing questionable things that goes against the ethics of the office.
Like prime example, everybody kept saying Trump is the devil, Trump is the antichrist, Trump is the one that's gonna destroy America. And look, vice versa, it's the opposite way. Biden's the one destroying America. Biden's the one that's doing stuff that people thought Trump was supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying? So people gonna pick and choose what they want to. People gonna pick and choose who they like and who they don't like. They don't like this lady, so we're gonna put out bad information. Well, I'm not even gonna say bad information about her. They're gonna put out rumors about her because they're trying to discredit her, rather we know it's true to be true or not. Because she spoke about it, but she really didn't speak about it like, hey, I had an affair with this man, or me and this man was in a secret relationship. She never spoke about that part. And to me, I'm being honest, since now it's in the media, I think she should. Because you know why? Because if she don't speak about it, somebody around her circle will.
Facts.
And get that money. Be like a DJ Academic. Speak about it. What really happened? Do you really have an affair with this man? That he was effing you in the bathroom while you was at work? You get what I'm saying? Let the people know.
Yeah, I agree with that. And especially around this time, like how, podcast is very, very huge and everything. She can monetize this and everything. And like, I would say this, if she steps down, I think she should get really, really detailed and monetize what happened and get the money and everything on this type of stuff. That's just me. But like I said, you know how you're in the positions. Like I said, if you mess up once, we're in the culture of cancel culture. Which I hate cancel culture. I do not like cancel culture. But we in the state of cancel culture. Especially the color of our skin, if you do something smidgen, you're canceled just like that and everything.